Okay. All right, and just need to do. There we go. And we're live on first day of early access for Final Fantasy Endwalker, the latest expansion, brought to you by Square Enix, December 3rd, 2021. Brought to you by Monster and Coffee and Water. I think I made my coffee a little too hot. Just finished with work, and I had previously downloaded the game early this morning before I started work, and logged in pretty damn quickly. This time I had about a half-hour wait for the login process, because of course with every new expansion in any game, the first few days or the first week or so is just a massive cluster. But anyway, let me just make sure everything is okay. Make sure my audio is okay. Login process, because of course with every new everything seems fine. Expansion. All right. All my screen's back up. Back to the game. All right. It's a little closer to me. And trying to think. It's Friday, thank God. My mind's a little crazy, so I've got the classic coffee and obligatory Monster. Yes, I do. What does my shirt say? Although, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, so this is Charlian, the hometown of the two Tweedledee and Tweedledum Rescue Rangers. I can't think of another duo, but anyway, yeah, the Alizé and fuckboy, whatever his name is, Alphino. And we just arrived. It was a long trip. I had a little chit chat with Heidelin. She's an actual person that you can see. It's no longer hear, feel, think. So anyway, so I just arrived. And the thing is, what are we doing? We're trying to save the world. Pretty much carrying on the same story from the previous cutscenes. Evil Metal wants to destroy the world, destroy the star, and we are here to prevent that. It's a little cloudy, a little overcast today. Not a beautiful day for early access, but hey. So anyway, now I just got to get the story going. Am I looking forward to starting up the new classes, the new healer, and the new DPS class? Nope. I'm not into emo, rapier, Dark Knight shit. Final Fantasy XI Dark Knight. Final Fantasy XI players will know exactly what I'm talking about. And the new healer is just another damn healer. I already got a healer. Everyone and their grandma is going to be trying out that class, so I'll wait on that. I'll try the jobs later. I just want to see the music. I'm liking the music. The new area music. The quest little fanfare seems lame as fuck. But, yeah, everything should be okay. I noticed on the last live stream, it was the screen was jittery, but it wasn't because of the game, it was because of the streaming platform. Not YouTube, OBS. I think I fixed it, so no more weird jitteriness here. Alright, so I'm going to play for 2 hours, and if anyone watches this during the archive, hope you enjoy me on my little adventure here, so let's go, shall we? We'll sound like the painter. Alright. What's his name? Jeff Ross. Jeff? Yeah. Why do I have a performance overlay on my... Oh, wait, you don't see it, but I see it. Okay, that's nice. I didn't... Oh, Alt-R. Oh, that's cool. It gives me the FPS. 99% FPS. I don't know what that means. Render latency. Okay. CPU utilization, 23%. GPU utilization, 49%. Alright, cool. Get rid of it. It's kind of bugging me. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Shit, I missed it. If you wish to have Gratia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Oh, there I can see it. Gratia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Gratia behind by entering a different area, using the Ethernet, or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Gratia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Gratia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Gratia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Krill. Okay, this is odd. I don't know why we're doing it like this, but let's speak with... If I can even select her. Everyone, don't crowd around her. Just... If everyone would back up and make a donut hole, this shit would work. People are fucking stupid. Everywhere. See, I kept my... You have to, like, run up right into... Anyways. All set, Lens. Let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the Last Stand. The Last Stand. Why does that ring a bell? It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Oh, I've never been there, so... I don't know. Krill is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the Last Stand and speak with Krill at the designated... Is it Krill or Krill? I always forget. And speak with Krill at the designated location. Alright, let's do that. While you're accompanying, you may encounter conversation points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Alright. So, okay, we're walking. Okay, if you look to our left, you'll see lots of stuff that I don't know about. But okay, we're walking. Okay. Now here you can see the majestic statue of a lady that, or might be a man. You never know these days. We'll call them a they. They're carrying I forgot what was the name of that. Of the Roman big ass vases that they always carried the wine, the vino or wino, as I'm sure they would have pronounced it. Anyways, I'm done fucking around. Let's go. We're here, Endwalker, finally, yay. Oh, I'm supposed to go in here. I see. Alright, so... Discuss storage facility. With all the unusual let me lower this a little bit. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer would be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration officials after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlian the same way it is in Eorzea. Alright. Again, the storage facility. This place is called a peristyle, where you can do fun sexual positions like monkey style, missionary style, and doggy style. Oh, don't forget kitty and bunny style. And it is the first stop for cargo unloaded at the docks. So I'm gonna load some cargo at your dock, babe. Anyways. I had to. Anyway. I would have been disappointed in myself if I hadn't. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Charlian's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. I'll skip it that time. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. Okay. Alright, so we got a leave meat and guild ship hunt vendor. I don't know what any of that is. Alright, are there any more glowing orbs? Yes. Alright, so head to the last stand while accompanied by the Krill and speak of Krill. Okay, whatever. But while I do that, let me visit these locations. Alright, what's up, Ground? Giant statue. Oh yeah, the he or she or they were carrying a large vase of wine. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget. The great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldesion, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features, it's a he, every time I returned by ship to the city. Okay. What's up, Fred Smash? You don't look like a Fred. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlayan, I don't know how to pronounce it. The Charlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charlians can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Why? For a very close-minded people, they're open-minded. Okay. And let me see. Let me get a... It's like any town I've ever been in. Alright, so obviously I need to go to the red circle. But before I go to the red circle, I shall go to this. Oh, this is the circle. It's a circle of life. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research, as they would pronounce it, into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. I was about to say that's kind of like me. I'm not indifferent to flavorings and seasonings. I'm just very... Let's see, would it be picky? I just have a very select palate, you might say. Things I find yummy that my girl finds utterly disgusting. Like Monster. It tastes like apple Jolly Rancher to me. I don't know what the problem is. It's a goddamn apple Jolly Rancher in liquid form. It's yummy. I'm guessing they might think it's just too damn sugary, which... I mean, I've tasted too sugary stuff, but... I don't know. Anyway. I just got it from work, so... And I got other stuff I got a birthday party to go to later tonight. So I'm like doing this live stream stupid early. Normally I give myself a break after work. You know, lay down, have something to eat, take a nap. I usually have a nice little nap. Yes, I'm at that age where a nap works wonders. When I was a young kid, I was like, why don't you take a nap? Just get off of work and play. I got all this energy. Just play. Go to sleep later. Sleep is for losers. I was one of those. I mean, I wasn't a little dork about it. I wasn't, you know, disrespectful about it. Like fucking kids these days. I know I'm saying that because it's fucking true. The goddamn adults they were telling me when I was a kid, fucking kids these days. It's all perspective. Anyways, how can I put this? The food is, it's a tad bland. And as encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. I do not agree with that. I need good tasting shit. And before I can continue playing, I realize that my glasses are a little smudgy, which is annoying the living hell out of me. So let's see, while I'm cleaning my glasses on a live stream, let's see, anything new to talk about? No, not really. I'm still engaged. I'm still betrothed, as it were. The girl and I, Tracy, we're very excited about it. We will probably officially, legally get married and have our little reception. We're not doing the whole church thing. That for us it would seem hypocritical. We're not exactly church people, and it's an expense we'd rather avoid. And we're very frugal. We're like, why do we want to spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a wedding? Let's not blow that kind of money. We're not young little twerps that would depend on our parents to pay for it, so we're not going to do that either. And then money we do save, we'll spend it on a honeymoon, you know, and having fun or whatever. That's more important. Yeah, the wedding is important too, but we have no notions of you know, the whole, you know, oh my god, I want to have the perfect wedding and blah blah blah. That's just one fucking day and a fuck ton of money. And then you got other shit you got to deal with the rest of your life. Being married isn't about, I mean, you know, the whole ceremony, you know, it's fun, it's important, everything like that. I'm not denying that. But there's just way too much stress put on that one day. You plan for that one damn day, and then after that, it's like, okay, we're married. Now what? And I've known a lot of people that get divorced after 3 to 6 months or to a year after they got married. That's because they were so damn focused on getting married, they didn't focus on everything afterward. Anyway, now that I'm clean and beautiful. Food, right. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lesson and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery, which I'm assuming is the Last Stand. And so the Last Stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlotte. God, this is gonna make me hungry. The one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. Seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself, because you were a typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient. Oh, because you were a typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient. Raha. Wait, what's going on? Anyways, but surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Okay, that sentence just made no sense to me. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe. The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aetherite Plaza. All right, so she's doing the okay. We're walking. Okay. Alright, there's stuff up here. I think these are probably role players. Gut Struggler. Make sure I got my Tweedledee and Tweedledum hanging out with me. Why are you guys going that way? Oh, it's a shortcut. Nice, good to know. Wait, what do I care? I'm just gonna be teleporting here and there and everywhere. What do I feel like I forgot? Yes, I forgot to. Damn it. There's an aetherite that I missed. Ah, it's over here. Might as well hit it while I'm on the way. So yes, this is what Clusterfuck First Day Early Access looks like. Graha, why the fuck are you up in the air? Okay. Oh wait, I'm already... Oh. Already attuned to that earlier today. An unusual shape, isn't it? Hey! Oh, she's talking about the aetherite. Well, I'll let you know that mine is not anyone's business. I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning aetheryte. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. I tuned myself just a little bit earlier. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the... Why are they treating me like I've never visited a new town before? Or any of us have ever visited a new town before. We don't need to have our hand held... Or whatever. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlian stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. Do you now? In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlian's largest marketplace. Quit your day job. I agree. Alright, we've got materia melder, materia vendor, material supplier, gemstone trade, retainer bucket. Where is the mender? I need to mend. Actually, do I? All my stuff is gonna get replaced anyway, so I'm fine. Save my money. What am I going? What am I doing here? Welcome to the Agora, where you can... I'm not impressed. Where you can find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. I always ignore these plazas. They never have anything of value. It just has junk. I just sell my shit. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to that imposing building at the very top. Oh, I see. I think. I don't know if I went the greatest of ways, but whatever. Grabbing pills. I think someone said, "You go, Glen Coco." All right, just kind of stay off to the side there. This grand structure before you is the Rostra. Okay. The name refers to the original public platform erected here. It's not public. I keep that shit private. Anyways, the erection upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations, very oral, and debate policy. Spit or swallow. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Bunch of stuck up. Basically, it's the Jedi Council. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. Oh, my apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. Can you? I wish I could tell. You've locked my camera view. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Well, feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councils would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Tired loser. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Nyunkref built their first homes. I done forgot what that sentence just said. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Charlian families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Leveilleur, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. Agreed. The dad is an asshat. And with that, we bring our little Charlian tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Actually, I gotta admit, it wasn't bad. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldesian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetherite Plaza? Correct. After you, Glenn. Great. Still falling. A bunch of... Alright, I'm the Pied Piper. Follow me, fuckers. Alright. Well, before I make a beeline there, let me continue attuning myself. Was there any place in it? Shit, I forgot to tune myself at the rostra. Yeah. Yeah, no one's watching me right now. No surprise, it's currently after 4 o'clock. Strawberry milk. You so wanted that strawberry milk name so badly. Anyway. La, da, la, da. I've tried a tequila. A creamy tequila thing. Something rose. It tastes like strawberry milk with tequila. People tell me it was yummy. I disagreed. Strawberry milk does taste yummy. I'll give it that. It's a yummy taste. With tequila, I guess they're trying to be like a coquito, which is rum with eggnog and cinnamon for all intents and purposes, which is alright. But that one, I was like, no spanks. Alright, anyways. Oh, straight ahead. There you are. Right next to strawberry milk. I'm sorry, strawberry milk. And Queen Saphira. Sapphira. Just making sure the stream is nice and smooth and butter. Okay. Like salty. Alright, what's up with this area? Right, we cross this bridge here, as I recall, stick to the path. Be careful not to end back there through our plaza, blah, blah, blah. Charlene is full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Okay. Where am I going to again? Straight ahead. Wasn't I just there? Do, 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 do. La da la da 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 da. Double cheeseburger. Ah. As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you. Is it joyous? Okay, if that's joyous, then alright. Has undoubtedly informed you this is the Baldesian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you arrive at the doorstep of Phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you, then. Cuddle my happy pole. It's a female avatar. That's definitely a dude. Cuddle my happy pole. Hey, what's up? What's up, Tyler? Just here, it's a first day early access for the newest expansion for Final Fantasy XIV. It's called Endwalker. New levels available, new gear. Just the first day. It's a shit ton of people online. It took me half an hour to be able to log in. I had to wait in a queue. Alright. I'm back, and I've brought Glenn and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Glenn. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Have you now? Wait, of the female kind or the adventuring kind? Oika! Oika Tsunika! Or Sunjika. Ojika Sunjika. I don't know. A lot of places the J is pronounced as an I, so I don't know how to pronounce this. Sunjika. Probably Ojika Sunjika. It has been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldesion. He? Oh, okay, my bad. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ejika. Was he the snarky bastard at the main docks when I was trying to go through customs? Yeah, I remember him. Oh, yes, Eureka. I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. Eh? This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Charlian. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished. Oh. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. Lower my fan. It's getting a little chilly. Chilly's better than sweating my balls off. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. Giggity. She wants to see her students arise. But first we must ensure that the Telefori fall. Through that door on the left there is the main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Looks like Tyler left. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Endaran, so please, feel free to make yourself at home. Make yourself comfortable. She's not my type. Anyways. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Hey, I'm not the only one. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research, or exhausted from journeys abroad, that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. A few cat naps. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word, and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. Why must it continue? I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Now what? Got papers pasted on the walls of your room, so it's not unusual for our blah blah blah. Traditions. Okay, nothing important. So, oh, I need to go into the main hall. Duh. Looks like a... This doesn't look like a room. There's no bed anywhere. Feeling refreshed and alert? Not really. Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to... Oh, it's the main hall. Duh.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Oriange. We're all here now. Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroid's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
Oh yes, you have a plethora.
The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Bunch of Asperger's fucks. Hey, you can have normal-minded fucks also. Just whatever.
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois.
Louisois was the man.
Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
Oh. They all suck then.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Well, fuck them then.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
It's a mystery.
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Ah. Lunar.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
Thread the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, instructed the alchemist to find a means to deal with the spire. Oh, another spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts.
Okay.
It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Hey, that's me!
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
It would seem to be that.
But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
For a fate of the world, this is lulling me to sleep. Final Fantasy,
Yes,
same problem.
It is quite the quandary.
Different day.
Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Yeah, no shit. This is a Japanese game made by Japanese, translated into English. Japanese are known for being very curt, not wasting time with things. For a culture such as that, they make their games incredibly verbose.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Research?
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
I'll have her.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course. The more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
None.
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
My green screen was finally shipped. It should arrive on Sunday. Can't wait to get rid of this background and be able to pull the game screen full screen. Just have my little head off in a corner. Alright, give me a cool new armor piece. Because I freaking hate... I hate this look. I hate it. I've hated it for so damn long. Wrong button. Alright. It's better. Does it look better? Yes, it's better. Ugh. So much better. Oh, so much better. I also got a new gun. It's kind of small, but it's not the size, it's the power. It's too small. I mean, look at this thing. Well, it's alright. Anywho. Krill is intent on... Okay, whatever. Let me lower the volume. An unsettling change has come over Charlian, but together we will divine the underlying cause of the form's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Charlian's archive of historical records for any hints of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. All the more swift. Whatever. Let us reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Is it the brother of Phenomenon? Numenon? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Okay. Yeah, I don't care for it. Please don't be like Stormblood and Amra Lassie. It's a meal. Meals are worthless to me. Oh, dude, it gives you XP. Yeah, 3%. Well, 3%. Well, it stacks with the other stuff. I never have anything stacked. I'm never in an FC that gives the bonuses, but whatever. I have Krill's instructions in hand. If you are ready to set out, then so are we. I haven't been to Thavner before I can travel by Aetheryte. But what are the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Krill was of the same mind and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. Ah. The Confluence, thou sayest. I'm afraid so, my friend. Eh? Audit? I can't speak with that language in my American accent. I just cannot. And I'm sorry. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade, Moonbrider. Monbrita was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and I'm fucking it up. And both are researchers at the Confluence. It's actually speaking normally right now. Haven't you gone to see them yet? Nay. I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. It hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus I have kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no's your choice and yours alone. But if it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking all cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Kite? Lame. At least the quest complete fanfare is more interesting. Sounds more interesting. Excuse me a second. Come on. Oh, she's still working. Okay. Work messages. And... Alright, baby girl. Okay. Alright, where am I? Okay, I need to adjust this, because I had to redo the... Galaxy Panda. Cool name. Cool weapon. Cool clothes. You're just too cool, man. Mr. Coco! And Glen Coco! Oh, I love it. I love it. I wish I could see if I get rid of that, then the names disappear. Mr. Coco and Glen Coco. I'm gonna smile at him, maybe he'll see it. So it'll say Glen Coco smiles at Mr. Coco. Jade Asher. It's a cool name. Hello, Poe. Anyway. So what am I doing? Alright, I've got side quests to pick up, and that to do, and that to do. Well, not gonna level up. Well, I don't know if I got every. No, I'm still missing the studium. I think I got everything else. I got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Oh, that's interesting there. But I need to get the summon. I need to go get that there. All right. Alright, let's just hit up everything that's nearby. Excuse me. Well now, this is a rather lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Krill of the students of Beldesium. We seek passage to Thavnair and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects! Welcome, welcome! Lovely. Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. This is more interesting. So, in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand, right? Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon. Excuse me. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling along the live stream. Okay, yeah. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? So basically you get shot to it. Kind of like a wormhole. A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherytes, but the aetherytes themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, like quantum entanglement, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherytes, one has been installed here in Charlian, and the other over in Yedlehmad, a port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzat Han, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherytes. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherytes were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true. And far be it from me to worry about such things. But do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. May come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the livestream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mr. Krill truly knows how to pick 'em. Mentos, the fresh maker. If I might change the subject, our masters Wolfson and Mistress Blowita. She sure blows. Blowita, whatever. Not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetheryte Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Okay, before I do that, let me finish everything else off here. That was loud. Is this the right? Nope. Und where is the exit? It is here. Alright. Alright, so I'll do that last. So let's pick up some quests. Yep, I'm not gonna touch that at the moment. I don't want to be whisked away before I complete stuff here. Quest sync. Seem to have caught Baldwin's interest. Hello, friend. Are you new to Charlene? You have that look about you. I thought as much. Oh, I'm not bothering you, am I? I so rarely meet travelers from beyond our shores, and couldn't pass up an opportunity to broaden my horizons. Can I assume a visitor such as yourself is eager to do the same? If you have an interest in learning about the city's history, for example, then I know the perfect person to give you an impromptu lesson. Head on over to Scholar's Harbor and keep an eye out for black-haired Rogadin. That would be my brother. He'll know the tale of any pillar and statue you care to put. You know what? I'm gonna do these little side quests on my own time. I'm not gonna bother with them while I'm doing a live stream, so I'm actually gonna skip these for now. Let me go over there. So should I teleport or walk it? Now let's just walk it. First, I'm gonna attune myself. Do. 1 hour into the live stream, almost 5 o'clock Eastern. Then I have to get ready for the birthday. Should be all of them. Yep. You've attuned yourself to all of them. So no access to this point or that point or anything else. This is just enclosed. Okay. There's no access to the outside. Nope. Huh. Okay then. No smoke. Oh, no smoke. I got a nice shot of your... Oh, I've seen this look before. A lot of people like that look. What about you? You ugly. Moving along. What's up, double cheeseburger? What the hell's going on over there? My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Nomenon, Charlene's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that. For the archives of Nomenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Nomenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Okay. Any citizen of Charlene is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. Well, isn't that always the case? I've dispatched Ishtola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alize and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Okay. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon the Charlene history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there, and once they found some promising tomes. Happy reading! Yay! Let's all go to the library. Let's all go to the library. Let's all go to the library and something. Okay. Okay, I have to admit. This is a collective fuck ton of books. All right. Nope. Just gotta clickety click stuff. One. Oh, my toys out here. So this is going to be the most exciting of first live streams for this expansion, but gotta get to know the area. Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadin man by the name of Untitled. Untitled was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled by a crew, and set sail for that imperial realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Untitled crew hauled them aboard his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Untitled wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abalathea's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened. Getting my A's in the English. Okay, saying the English accent is stupid because there's a bajillion of them, but sodden by sad. It's like between sadden and sodden, so it's sodden. I can't hit it. I can't hit it. Saddened by the sight, Untitled gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers, and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. This is too much reading for me to maintain that accent. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. No, I can do the movie voice guide. In a world, they landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Charlian we live in to this day. One. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliak in the Dravanian hinterlands, a Charlian colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. Full service. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students, hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Sharlayans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Sharlayan fucking colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Sharlayan, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. Fucking idiots. In response, some Sharlayan inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Great Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name. Idleshire. I forget. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of the Idle Shower. This book does not appear to contain any additional information on the Forum or cover the history of the Sharlayan motherland in greater detail. Okay. I'm supposed to click it again. No? Oh, it's two. Oh, that's right. I'm not allowed there. In the years which followed the founding of Sharlayan, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. I'm going to speak more normal, so with the movie tone. As the city, As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 2, I'm not used to saying years and just hundreds, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Sharlayan would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members. 30 too many. Citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus, the forum as we know it today conceived and created. I think you're missing it. Was conceived and created. Two books. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root, and correctly so. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain, in satisfactory detail, why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. Why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. Do we have two stars then in our star system? How's our sun revolving around another sun? Whatever. It was the technologists of Aleg who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past? It's true, because the stars are always moving around the galaxy. That their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future. What's up, Phil? Such an early stream. I only just got home from work. Yeah. I just downloaded and briefly started the new expansion early this morning before I started work. And I got a birthday party for my aunt to go to in a couple of hours. So I wanted to jump in, you know, get the first day of the early access. And so yeah, that's a Friday. Things die down early. And here, smoke to you. Cheers. 2 stars. Sounds like the movie Pitch Black. Oh, they should have heard me earlier. I was like, in a world, would it shock you to learn that the star... Oh, yeah, I already read that. Oh, now it's over. This book is on the wrong subject. Search for works which contain details on the forum or mention the history of Charlemagne. Fuck you, I'll read whatever the hell I want. I'm in this fucking library. Alright, let's see what this next book is. Yeah, I'm in the beginning part. You're in the new big city town, so you just learn, you know, the first quests are, you know, showing this is this, that is that. My beloved seekers of knowledge. I don't know how I should. My beloved seekers of knowledge. Have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? I too once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Been reading so much, my voice is actually kind of going. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. Lucky guy. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19, or 23, or Philip. I'm looking forward to the Reaper class. I'm a sucker for dumb large swords and scythes. Yes, you are! Yes, indeed you are. Sucker. Anyways, you could be 19 or 20. Okay, this isn't a in a world kind of a reading. You could be 19 or 23 or 40, whatever age you are. When you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Ah, if only it were true. It would be terrific. Though, through mindful, healthy living, you will extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer, to grasp the greater truths you pursue. The pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, etheological... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know, it's not the right book. I'm getting to it, little by little. Could this be it? You gonna try Reaper, or do you have another one in mind? Reaper reminds me of Dark Knight from Final Fantasy XI Online, the predecessor to this MMO. I see that, and I just see emo, because everyone who played Dark Knight in that MMO was always this emo guy. Every time they did, like, their special abilities or weapon skills, they always put, like, some, they macroed in some saying, like, from the depths of my soul, I put forth all my power. You know, finishing move! Over and over. Every time they hit that ability, that same shit. Every Dark Knight did that, you know. From the pits of hell, I bring forth the power of, you know, blah, blah, blah. Everyone tried to be unique about it. So every time, so when I saw that job, I was like, oh, God, they brought back the emo job. Because that's what they look like in the previous game. I may play with it. Then the other job is a healer. I already got a bunch of healer classes leveled up. I may try it, I don't know. So a bunch of medals. You would not be that far off with that. Good insight there, Phil. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Youngcref, founder of Charlian, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlians took the... I'm done with the voice. The Charlians took to heart the words of their savior and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a home. Okay, they're a bunch of nerds. Got it. For the love of God, I've got it. They built a homeland unlike any other nation, born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth in coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Sharlayan would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war, and with knowledge deliver the world. Okay, so they're pacifists no matter what. You've gained a fundamental understanding of the Sharlayan history and the foundation of the Forum. Head outside to the rendezvous and await your companions. Finally! God, I read this entire fucking library. Kind of said it. Yeah, okay, no more books. Good riddance. Bring back the volume, because I was reading. Oh god, that did a number on my voice. Alright. Ah, that's why there's so many. So yeah. So this is the new area. It's a lot. It's pretty. Okay. Alright, people. You fucking idiots. Make like a donut. Leave the quest giver in the middle. And just keep a hole. Still surround, but keep a hole so that people can fucking click on it. There we go. Got it. Idiots. Oh, they want me to read. Fuckers. Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Krill should be along shortly. Wait, Phil, do you even play Final? No, you do play Final Fantasy. Are you up to date? Are you getting the expansion? Are you gonna play? I was delayed in similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically. So we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they're even that. Anyway, so what's going on is, as you'll find out, as I'm sure you're going to be playing, we're in the the land where Tweedledee and Tweedledum are from. It's a bunch of scholars. They're pacifists. They wouldn't help with the previous, you know, oh my god, the world is ending, please help us. And they're like, fuck you, we have more important things to do. And so we're still trying to save the world from the star being destroyed. We're reading books to figure out what these people have figured out. Somehow, the story is kind of convoluted. And we're just... Right now, we're all just researching at the moment. For what exactly, I have no... I've read so much stuff, and I'm not really exactly positively sure of what's going on in the story as far as why we are doing what we are doing. I just don't know. Graha said, I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically. So we have no choice but to start with the 10. I already read that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. By the way, Phil, do you like my shirt? It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. Phil. Everyone I was playing with just kind of stopped all at once, so did I. Aw, sorry to hear that. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphino... Yeah, their father's a dick. That even if Alphino and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. Their father has disowned them for being a bunch of warriors helping the world. Fucking pathetic. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Yes, family? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlotte. I was raised in Charlian, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilzabad, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos. Never heard of these places. The coastal region opposite the island of Thavnir, which I'll be teleporting to shortly. The Alligans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikode to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. And I got a new chess piece, thank God. I don't look like some... I'm forgetting the word. Anyways, House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually... Excuse me. Every time I take a sip of Monster, it makes my mouth like just salivate. And I'm trying to read here without sounding all... Fear of discovery eventually... Yeah, I'm not here doing ASMR. Okay, now. I'm gonna tickle your ear. Anyways. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born of the Allagan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends and the students of Baldesion, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. I never considered. Forgive me. It was an unkind question. Nah. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Luswa, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we're all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity. That's a word. Does that word even exist? Perspicacity? Perspicacity. The quality of having a ready insight into things. Shrewdness. So perspective. Perspicacity. What a stupid word. Anyways. And with sufficient perspicacity, we outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. This is exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Hear, hear! Another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Glenn. More company should be arriving at any moment now. Alright. Okay. And I still have to touch this thing, which someone is standing right on top of... No. Oh, you fucking fucker. No. They're literally standing on fucking top of it. Got it. Whew. People are fucking stupid. Phil, that is such an out there word. Doubt many people could read that without needing to look it up. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. And Mistress Krill, every time I hear Mistress, like, whoosh, thank you, Mistress Mother, may I please have another? Mistress Krill has already flicked on my penis through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers on the umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the one here who didn't witness the events of Amuro firsthand. I fear I may be overlooking critical details. I'm your man. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first. What kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? Complete destabilization of creation magics, or primals of unrivaled power were summoned from the ether. Yeah, the worst kind of phenomena you can imagine. I'm guessing that one. I believe Heidelin and Zodiac were summoned after the final days arrived. Quite deliberately, in fact. Sorry, I got the order a little mixed up. Fag. If we're speaking of phenomena caused by the final days, the chaos of creation magics... Okay, it was the first one. The chaos of creation magics run rampant is what first comes to mind. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Indescribable abominations prowling the streets. Yeah, pretty much what I just said. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Ishtola surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals there's another word. Promulgated by the Asians. Asians, I know. Was there aught else known which heralded the approach of the final days? The entire star was engulfed by a disaster all at once, or they say it began with a keening sound from the land itself, or Alphino, you can answer this one. Me? Well, as you wish. Fucking know-it-all. The Amoritines were debating the cause of an anomaly which had been observed in the lands across the sea. By this fact alone, we can deduce that the final days occurred not all at once the world over, but rather had a point of origin from which it began to spread. Others also spoke of a keening sound rising from the land itself, just before a region was visited by catastrophe. We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were in the midst of the madness between her legs. So the ground was crying out, you'd say. To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. That's what she said. No. I'll have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths. Say that 5 times as fast as you can. And ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They summoned Zodiac. They summoned Heidelin. They knocked Dalamed from the sky. gonna say that one. Surely you can't be serious? That was the 7th Umbral calamity, hardly an event of the distant past. This story is so fucking bloated and convoluted, I can't keep it all together. The beginning of this game was fun, interesting, concise. I kept up with it. But then as the expansions went on and on and on and on, I stopped caring, really. Surely, yeah. The ancients summoned Zodiark in response to the final days. Many sacrificed themselves to bring him into being, with Elizabeth serving as his heart. I knew that also, but I don't know the fucking order of shit. And also had a Zodiark, Hydaelyn, and then this one thing specifically. I'm like, okay, picking one of those other two seems like kind of wrong, or I don't know, whatever. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will, or the laws of nature set all right. Then once the balance was redressed, why aren't you answering these fucking questions? Then once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiark, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Or might have had Venet, who the fuck is Venet, and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of, Hydaelyn. Then Hydaelyn was created. By the way, Hydaelyn's a babe. I got to meet her. They actually show her in female form. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telephoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. I'll show you what I'm doing with the tower of mine. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. I know. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? Love of God. We should keep an eye out for Ishtola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. Again? I gotta click this fucking thing again? Nope. There we go. Dumb fuck. People are psychopaths. Look at me. I'm standing on top of it so other people can't touch it. I'm so fucking cool and funny. No, you're a fucking asshat. And you're gonna live in your mom's basement forever. Okay, that's cruel. Some people actually have to do that for economic reasons, but I'm talking about the whatever. Yeah, I'm beyond lost with the story. Yeah, ditto. Oh god, now I have to listen to her. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced. My extended search of the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. Why can't they voice act this? Why do I have to? If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Garun oracles for its potential to cause panic and confusion. Like the story, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Goobel Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world. I wish Metal was here right now. I'd be like, dude, this is what I went through with fucking Danganronpa. I just stopped caring because the story got... And this is worse. But Danganronpa, the story got convoluted about fucking misery and happiness. And happiness is fake. It's all about misery or whatever the fuck the word was. It's even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason then that my colleagues, be the archons or chancellors, whatever, my colleagues should perforce, there's another word, should perforce, it's always P words, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confront Master Fuck Me with knowledge of the Telephroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. In so many words, they're being Illuminati. Danganronpa was just boring from the get-go. Thank you. Not that I mentioned to excuse myself from reading duty, and sorry for the times that you just watch and were like, oh god, he's playing this game. That Metal, he was all in knee deep in that shit. Nothing in that game looked interesting at all. I mean, it had its moments. But after a while, those moments just weren't enough for me. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to deal with it. And then I tried to watch the anime to get a little bit more context. And it did help a little bit. But even then, in the anime, it got too convoluted. And I was like, I'm done trying to figure out. And then Metal flipped a fucking switch. Well, if you would just pay attention, and if you would listen to what they're actually saying, and it's really quite simple. Or why don't you tell me? I will tell you exactly what's going on. And at that point, I'm like, dude, I just don't care anymore. The story is beyond ridiculous and stupid, in my opinion. You know, it's just the story just doesn't do it for me. It's just going in one ear and out the other. No, that's you. No, what you should be feeling that way. This thing is, you know, blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, for the love of God, let's move on. I tried your game. I gave it a long time, and there were moments where I was like kind of into it, whatever. But like, you know, I'm past that point. Let's move on. Well, I mean, you were there, I think. And I told him, I was like, dude, I'm serious, you know, this is your last chance or whatever. Just stop. I told him, please stop. Let's move on. I'm done with this. Let's go. And he wrote a paragraph of how I was an idiot and I need to pay. I needed to pay attention, you know, because I was like, okay, bye. Boom. And I was like, I was done. Anyway. Not to mention, excuse myself from reading duty, whether they contain mention of the final days or not. These books get over the books. You weren't thinking of leaving worry. There's plenty of work for everyone. This is not a good start for this expansion. I'm bored already. There was a moment where it was kind of interesting. I want to get back to that part. Your labor for what feels like an age. No shit, as a Tola's research assistant. Huh? What? Oh. Am I finally done with this area? No, I still gotta click one fucking more. Oh, thank God. Alright, these people seem smarter. Except for Megatron. Don't you even dare. Oh dear, you look so tired. I think I'm gonna call it pretty soon. Oh dear, you look exhausted. No shit. But what about your studies? I don't give a fuck anymore. Were you able to find any books on the subject? I hate books now. I actually love to read books, but they have this game. Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. Really? A mammoth at a reception desk? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Good. Give me more armor. Get me out of this fucking area. And out of that. I'll turn around this way so I can look that way. Okay. That's it. What I got. So glad I've been replacing my... I got a New boots. Shoes. Everything. Whip. Okay, whatever. I'm missing pants and new gloves. I'm just glad I don't look like I'm from Rushtatan or the kind of bohemian look. I did not like it. This is so much better. Okay, where am I going? Wait, what? Oh, there you are. Okay. Let's get out of here for the love of fucking God. I'll see it at the last stand. Ready for a tea break, Glenn? I know I am. Yes. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify. I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. How about I give you a massage, girl? You know the last down is it? Knowing her, she's a fucking bitch. She'd be like, "You're doing it wrong. Harder, lower, faster, harder." You fuck. What are you, a pussy? Come and meet me and near the outside tables. Yada yada yada. Okay, let's go. Let's go. That new quest jingle. It's kind of lame. All right, where are we going? All right, delivery. Really? That's the name of the... No, Scholar's Harbor. Let's see, hour and 45. I'll do just a couple more things. I'm going to call it because I have to get ready for... Gotta get ready for the birthday party I gotta go to. I gotta buy a present. Not really, it's for my aunt. I'm gonna get her flowers and... Nice little, hopefully funny card. Right on. There. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? Oh God, one of these time wasters. Alright, yeah, I think we're just gonna call it. I'll pause here. I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telephore. We might learn something new, blah, blah, blah. Jose, now accompanying you, keep her at your side in order. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm gonna say blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I got it. So now she's following me like a good little girl. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm done for tonight. It's 5:30. Yep, I gotta get ready. Yeah. There we go. Alright, Phil, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Dude, you're spoiling me. Normally you don't hang out so often. But anyway. I don't know. It's kind of like the beginning of the previous expansion, Shadowbringers. It was all this in the beginning. It's all this. Oh, check here, learn the history of this new area that you're in. Talk to these people. Talk to that people. So it's the same shit. After finishing this area, I'm sure it'll get way more interesting as you spread out. And to make you happy, I'll try Reaper, like everyone else. I'll try Reaper, and yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that next time. Kind of change things up, do a few battles instead of just constantly dealing with story. But anyways, I gotta go. Thanks again for hanging out. I might do a live stream tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then Sunday. But anyways, we'll see you later, buddy. Take it easy. Well, I didn't fall asleep yet. Anyways, so yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving on good time. Then I didn't overstay my welcome. All right, see you later, buddy.